Alright, y'all. Alright, y'all. A little late getting here, but that's fine. Let me get a couple things together, and I will. Gotta get my life in order. Maybe I should have done that before stream. I don't know, but I'm glad we were able to have a good Christmas. And I will flip screens here in just a second. Give me 1 second. Plop my ass in this chair and we will get situated. I gotta do some clicking on the mouse. Okay. Aha, y'all. Alright, I do hope everyone is having a good holiday. But yeah, we're live. Welcome in. Hope y'all are having a. Let me turn the gain on this down. This thing can pick up some noise. Didn't realize how good it was until I heard it pick up the little bit of noise that was on my phone. But anyways, Merry Christmas Eve in the U.S. It looks like it's about 2 hours away from Christmas here where I'm at, so we'll probably stream right into the holiday and then call it a night. How about that? We'll get some eggnog flowing here in just a minute, y'all. I decided to start with some water to keep my hydration levels up. I figured we would do some baseball for the first hour or so and then move on to maybe something else. So what we want to do tonight is look at our lineup. We are at April 4, so we do have an opening day tomorrow. So with opening day tomorrow, let's get our lineup. Okay, the first thing that we need to do is get our roster set up. So this is our current roster, the sea of names. Not all these players will end up on the big league roster for the season. So what we want to do is figure out who we want to take to spring training with us. I think so there's some easy moves we can make. I really do think pretty much everybody from here down. Actually, let's take a look at our starting pitchers first. I think we are a little weak here to start. It looks like but we'll send Krimmel, and we will put them in AAA to start. We may have to send Bruce Howard on waivers. And yeah. Actually, he wouldn't be bad to keep around. The 45 controls the problem. We did pick him up a couple years ago. So let's look at our relieving situation here. Do I have anyone who has good stamina? So what I want to do is look at pitching ratings. All right, Kim Brett will be my long guy more than likely. Yeah, Kim Brett will be my long guy. So what we'll do is probably go ahead and DFA. Actually, we'll just do it from this list. We'll go ahead and DFA. Default. Bruce Howard. We'll go ahead and waive, and we'll just hope he passes through waivers. So that's 5 relievers. And now we got to make some cuts here. There might be a couple tough decisions because we will have a couple kind of fringe big league quality relievers end up in AAA for the start. Which I'm fine with. Steven Tiemeyer is definitely going to start in the minors. Turpko will start in the big leagues. Dick Lang will start in the big leagues. Basically, I just want to see who can... So we want to keep... We only have 25 roster spots, so we do want to do probably 12 pitchers. So we're going to have to keep... We're going to have to cut, I think, 9 of these players. And by cut, I mean send to the minors. So Walker, O'Brien, Davison will all be sent down to AAA. Okay, Mike Davison will probably have to be... Mike Davison will, once again, he will be DFA'd. So we will waive and DFA him. So that leaves now, we got to cut 6 more. We got to keep Don Hood, okay, and Kim Brett, okay. So they're definitely staying because they're both lefty. And he's gonna make the big league roster, even though he did struggle in very limited action, but we just hope that the stuff. You got to think that the stuff will be an option. We may have to make some adjustments in his strategy, and we already have. Let's do a quick hook for him as a reliever because he's gonna get himself in trouble. So Steven Tiemeyer, he's a lefty. He is a lefty with big stuff. Unfortunately, right now his control is not big league caliber, and really his movement's not big league caliber. So he's definitely, we want to develop him though. So we do want to develop him. So we're gonna do this. Okay. We're going to say that the control, let's kind of focus less on stuff. And then a lot more on no worrying about this. Oh shit. Let's keep the stuff orange. We do want to distill up the stuff a little bit. And we'll develop this a little bit. The things we got to take a look at are his movement abilities, which I think and then more importantly than movement is control. And here we'll actually just, there. we'll kind of go all in on movement and control. Um, these numbers have gotten better, but for him, he needs to start in AAA. So we're going to go ahead and send him down to AAA. Okay. To work. So now that leaves 12. It looks like Grover Ellis, Don Hood, and Aid Canary are all on minor league deals. So I think that makes this bullpen thing very smart. So that's 9. Ellis, Hood, Canary. We will demote down to AAA. And that leaves 9. Now I think we still have 14. We do want to get it down to 7 or 8. I'm sorry. Yeah, we're going to go with 12. Oh, Armando Mora is here too. We didn't consider him. So maybe we give Jim Barr some run in the minors. But I do, well, maybe not. Maybe not. So we still got to cut 2. And I think let's go to reliever. Oh, it's going to have to be Lang and Turpco because I want to keep Kim Brett because he's a lefty. So it's going to have to be these 2. There. All right. And then let's go now to batters. And we got to cut, I believe, 7 of these. So let's look at catcher. Okay, catcher. Fred Kendall has to stay on the big league roster. If he ever learns how to hit, he's going to be a good player. First base, we are running, let's see. Actually, let's look at the outfield situation. I think outfield will be a little easier to figure out. So let's go to all outfielders. Dave Arrington will start the season in the minors. Okay. Bobby Brooks and Cesar Geronimo will. Yeah. Royal Stillman will probably be on our big league roster, and that's because he's out of options. So he'll be an outfielder. Okay. Oh no, wait. Sorry. He's got 3 option years. I'm sorry. I looked at the wrong number. So our starters are Costco and we're doing a center field platoon, I think. So let's see. If he's the righty, we probably will keep Royal Stillman on. Okay. So we may deal Joe LaHood. I think that, yeah, let's deal Joe LaHood, even though he's a solid player. I think we have better options. I don't, well, what's his, yeah, he has actually 2 minor league options left. So maybe we send him down to the minors. Maybe we send him down to the minors. Maybe we look at this development. I want to get his. Let's take avoid K's down a little bit. And even gap power. and focus on BABIP. And we can put a little more on, yeah. Okay. I'm really thinking, well, he wants to be in the starting lineup, which he's not going to be in the starting lineup. And he can't play center, so that's not really an option for him. So what? In case you are just joining, we are looking at our big league roster to start the year. Greg Lazinski has, I think he's got. Wait, let me look at. Okay, he's got one option year left. I might go. Well, he can't. He's not a good defender, so maybe we need to hold off on. Yeah, well, he had almost 200 plate appearances with league average OPS plus last year. He's proven himself in AAA. I think we trade Joe LaHood. Maybe we can pick up a start. Maybe we can pick up some prospects. Let's shop him real fast. Let's see what we can get. Steve Braun, who's not a bad player. Doesn't bring a lot to the table. Arturo De Freitas. Here's an intriguing player. 6th round pick in the 69 draft. Doesn't have much development offensively, though. Ed Krampel. Didn't we? Yeah, I was going to say, didn't we used to have him? Well, he did. He actually played for us last season for a little bit. 70 games. Good defender, but he would most likely be in the minors. Duffy Dyer. You know what? I'm not opposed to trading for Duffy Dyer because he's going to be a better hitter. Well, let's look at this. Let's look at our catching situation. Okay, well. He had 130 plate appearances of 199 on base last year. And he's not the best defensive catcher. So let's actually make this trade. Let's go back to our outfield. We're going to trade away Joe LaHood. We found an option for us. Duffy Dyer of the Atlanta Braves. We found something we liked. I think so. I don't want to or we can go down here and trade maybe for a starter from the Phillies. But it would either be Ross Grim or Bill Bonham. And you know what? First round pick. He doesn't have the work ethic ability though. Well, does Dyer? What is his personality traits? Oh, he doesn't have anything either. He just feels a need for us, which is catcher. We can send Fred Kendall down to the minors. He's not going to hit as well, though. He's not going to hit as well, but he's a much better defensive catcher. Than Fred Kendall. Or we can go. Well, I don't want to make a big salary move because I don't want to take on a bunch of salary. Ross Grimley's a good idea. But could be a potential one too. But yeah, I think let's make the move for Duffy Dyer. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and make this move, and then we'll see what else we can get from the Braves. Okay. I always like to get like toolsy relievers, but I think, Har maybe Harwood Helen. Just for the name, would they? Okay, they won't give me Harwood Helen. Um, mm, mm, mm. He's a good prospect too, Jim Essien, second round pick from a couple years ago, but he's a fourth overall prospect. He doesn't have great mentals. Um, what about Mark Brew? Okay, he does not have good mentals either. Okay, so there's not really anyone. There's not really anyone who I'm particularly excited about. I mean, we can go down the list here. Maybe we look at John Burns, but he's on there 40. And he's a pretty solid defensive catcher, too. Let's see if they'll throw in a John Burns. Yep, they will. Okay. So we can definitely kind of fatten up our roster a little bit here. And he's got good, and he doesn't have great mentals, but I'll take. He's just going to be a body in the minor league system for us. What about Doug Capilla? Definitely got a big stuff, but we don't quite know where the ball's going. Jim Essien doesn't have great mentals. What about let's see, Andy Finley? Selfish. He doesn't have. John Fuller, a perfectly fine minor league player. About William Harper. High intelligence. I think they'll take William Harper. Yeah, why not? Again, we got 1,000 of these guys on our team. Gary Hill. He's got a few good mentals. He doesn't have the ones that really matter to me all that much. But he's a little on the older side too. But he's someone where if we have an injury or something. So maybe we look at Gary Hill. Ramiro Nuno. Not the best stuff, but he's got 2 good pitches. Let's see if he's got. I like. Aaron Paz. Ooh, I like him too. And then let's see. Okay, he's outspoken. I don't like his personality type. Charlie Vaughn doesn't hit it well enough to be a DH. And we'll take a flyer on Steve Williams. Okay, so let's make this trade. I think we got some good bodies to fill up our staff. We'll complete that trade. Obviously, we'll probably have to make some moves. Yep. So we'll have to put. Well, Duffy Dyer's going to be on our big league roster. And then what we'll do is Kendall will go down to AAA. We'll have to make some moves in AAA. We'll move some guys around. All right, back to our team. So we're trying to figure out outfielders. So I want to go Royal Stillman, even though I would rather start him in AAA, even though he did okay in 20 plate appearances. He didn't have the best spring in the world, though. So maybe we go, and he would be more of the everyday guy. So maybe I go ahead and send him down to AAA. And we keep Brooks for his. Well, he's not going to hit, but he's a better glove, I think. Actually, he's not even a better glove. Yeah. Costco hit 7 home runs for us in the second half of last year. And, yeah, so he'll end up playing center for me. We'll have to figure out what to do here. I think we're going to keep Cesar Geronimo because he's going to be yeah. And he's out of options, so I don't want to lose him. So it looks like the move might be Bobby Brooks because he's only really a great defender in left. He doesn't play good enough third base. Let's look at his contract. He has 3 option years, so he'll be a perfectly fine addition to the AAA team. And again, I'm going to move some players around. Maybe he can develop a little bit and come back up. But this is our outfield. Wynn, Stargell, Costco, Lazinski, and there. So I'm at 16, so we only have to lose 4 more players. Dick Grant might be the... maybe Dick Grant's the odd man out here. We did take a look at him at the end of last year. He didn't really hit that well. And with his lack of positional flexibility, and honestly, he's not going to play much. And we already have offense. So we're going to go ahead and say Dick Grant will start the season in AAA. Okay? Okay. Second base. DeCences will play third. Frank Taveras will go down to AA. Actually, we're going to go ahead and put him in AA. We'll look at the... Rick Blott is an option here. Honestly, he's a little better platoon than Bobby Brooks. He's a better defender, but he's only a star-and-a-half player, and he can't hit. His hitting ratings aren't great. He's not... But he's a good base runner and a good defender, so he does have value there. He's also 25. We're going with... Really, it's what we do with Junior Kennedy. Maybe we go ahead and send him down. Third base. What about shortstop? We need... Okay. So, of these players, Rosello is our starter. Charlie Smith is our captain. And he's a good enough hitter. He's going to come off the bench. So, he's going to come off the bench. So really, it's an issue of Junior Kennedy plays a good enough shortstop for him to be on the big league roster. So now for second, it's got to be Rick Blott, unfortunately. So we're gonna send him down to Double A. Okay, and then third base. Yep. So let's see. Yep. So that's our team. So now what I want to do is take a look at the AAA team. We have 25 batters, 20 pitchers. So we need to cut this down to about Double A. We have 11 pitchers and 20 batters. Again, we probably need to cut that down. A ball, 17 and 15. And rookie league, we have a bunch, which that's fine. There's not a lot of talent down there at the rookie league. So let's take a look at this. We'll send them down to, well, Clyde. Actually, you know what? These two are on the older side. Let's just go ahead and release them. Let's just release Brant and Clyde Wright. Yeah. Yeah, so we'll just release those two because they're not bringing anything to the table. Dick Lyons, probably another player we could just release. So we'll just release him. Unfortunately, he is on a major league contract. So maybe we don't. Is he on my 40? Yeah. Jim Krimmel will keep around for a little bit longer, but let's just go ahead and take the salary loss and go ahead and cut Dick Lyons. He is 33. If he's 33 and in AAA, like with all the young arms we have, there's really no point in holding on to him. Maybe we see what we can get in a trade. Let's see what we can just get in a trade. John Caney, like, sure. And I'll just make that trade straight up. So we'll do that. We'll just complete the trade and see what. Okay. So he just gets sent to the minors. Just adds another arm to our arsenal. Let's look at our starters because we only have 4 starters. Moet, Atkinson, Hassler, Krimmel. Let's look at our relievers then and see if any of these guys could potentially become starters. Maybe we just move them over. Pitching ratings, stamina. Okay, they're all low stamina, so none of these guys could ever start. So we actually need to bring one starter up from Double A, I think. Which we won't be able to do. Mel Stottlemyre's hanging around. Let's put him in Triple A. He's like we're not risking anything for. Yeah, there we go. Like he's 30. He'll be on the back side of the rotation, and then that gives 4 there. We have 5. We only have 1 starter there, but that's fine. We need starting pitching. Maybe we sign some pitching real fast. Maybe okay. Okay, so starters. Let's go. We have 5. We have 12 relievers. Let's just cut that down a little bit. Obviously, all these guys are here. Let's go to Double A. Jose Gill. Let's leave him in Double A for now. Actually, we could just move these guys down to Double A. That's 8 and 5 is 13. Yeah, that's fine. And then Double A has 9. 9 and 4. Okay, that's fine. A-ball. Peter Myers. We're going to outright release Peter Myers. And the only reason we're doing that is just because he has low work ethic. Donald Reed doesn't really have anything. Again, we'll leave him there. Maybe he can develop that control while he's down in AAA or single A. 21. 21 for Jose Gill. Yeah. Good. Okay. Batters. Okay. Pete Mackinnon, we probably need... he's going to be first. Okay. Maybe we send Pete Mackinnon down to Double A to start. Because he's kind of blocked by Dick Grant. But Mackinnon can play. He can only play first and second. He doesn't have the arm strength to play. Maybe we move him at second because I don't really have a lot. Well, Mark Stoner, Frank Tavares. Actually, well, okay. I didn't realize Lucky Thompson was as good as he was. He might be. Yeah. So let's go ahead. Since I want Frank Tavares to play, let's go ahead and send him down to Double A. Is there anybody who's kind of too old to play baseball? Jim Nettles. Jackie Hernandez. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and offshoot Jackie Hernandez. Some of these guys are a little old for the level, like Dick Grant's 25. Mark Carruthers, he'll be fine. And then Double A has 21. So it's like if I start, let's see, 17. Okay, yeah. Maybe we look at some of these fringe Double A guys and send them back down to single. Like Rod Gilbreth. Let's go ahead and send him down to single A. He'll be a little old for level, but let's just... Okay, there we go. There we go. Actually, it's the outfield we gotta look at. Yeah, I only have 2 outfielders, so maybe we look at our Double A roster. And balance this out. Bill Flowers and guess it really doesn't matter. Actually, here, let's do this. Let's send, well, Arrington and Stillman will start. Let's send him. We'll send White down to single A. How's he doing it? Yeah, he didn't hit well enough at triple A, so let's send him down to single A. He's also 19. We'll send him down to double. Okay, that gives me 5 there, 5 there. Okay, so we're fine. We're fine. And I think we have enough infielders on all. There's 10 there. That's a little too many, but there's no like obvious relief. Maybe we cut Mike Carruthers. Yeah, he's like, yeah, we'll go ahead and release Mike Carruthers. He's never gonna play. He's kind of older. We're pruning right now, y'all. If you're just wondering what I'm doing, we're kind of pruning our organization a little bit. I mean, Jimmy Collins is here. He has a good work ethic, so maybe we'll keep him around. He's 23, though, so obviously it's a shit or get off the pot moment for him. Rick Blott could be a release candidate, but he is on a big league contract. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. Okay. All right, so that's done. Now let's look at our player list. We should have now 25 players. Yep. So with that done, we'll set our lineup and then we'll take a break, and then we're gonna play a little bit of the first month, and then we're gonna do some after dark stuff, right? So we're not gonna be on the OOTP page for long today, but let's set our pitching staff. And Caldwell, Hunter, Necro, Figueroa, Barr. This is fine. Ken Brett will be our long reliever. Lopez and Garber will be our relief aces. Paganelski, Mora, Pierce, Von Ray-Opolis will be our... Grady Pierce is the one that I'm like a little worried about, but he's been pretty good for us. He had a rough spring, but probably due to bad ball luck. We have a good pen. A little light on lefties, but that's going to be fine. Maybe we put Armando Mora as one of our... he's someone I want to keep an eye on because he is a 3-star, but he didn't pitch well in 6 innings. But he's got all the makings of someone who could be really good for us. The other thing I want to do right away while I'm looking at it is I want to take a look at the starters, particularly Figueroa, Necro, and Jim Barr, particularly Necro and Barr. So I want to look at their, let's just go open up his strategy page. As you can see, he has a slow hook. We are going to give him a quicker hook and an aggressive tiredness hook. The reason we're doing that is I want to force them to get into and he has get into my bullpen. Figueroa as well. We'll give them aggressive tiredness hooks. Really, we should give them all aggressive tiredness. I want to get more into my bullpen. Now, we don't want to wear the bullpen out, but... And we can move around Barr and Brett depending on the situation, because he can start. He does have starter ability. He just doesn't have the control to be a starter. But he's got the ability. Now let's look at our lineup. This will be okay. Obviously, Duffy Dyer will be our backup. We'll probably use them on more of a platoon base. I think we can probably... No, they're both righties. So they're both righties. So we'll probably do more of a... Not a platoon. We can keep it at that. Frank Howard first, Rizzo, Doug DeSenses, Tim Foley, and then the outfield. So, unfortunately, with Lazinski now as the backup outfielder, he's not a good defender, and he can only play left field. So, we may not have had the best roster. Let's look at, is there anybody? Oh, okay, so basically, yeah, we're stuck with who we got. Let's go back to our lineup, actually. Okay, so Cesar Geronimo will be the backup center and right fielder. He's going to play more. And then we'll use Greg Lazinski here. Okay, our third base option will be Junior Kennedy. He's above average at third base. So he's going to fit this role a little more. Our backup first baseman will probably be Lazinski. He is a good enough fielder at first base to survive. So really, Charlie Smith will be used more as a pinch hitter. So what we're going to do is utilize him as a pinch hitter option with Lazinski. Okay. They'll be my two primary pinch hitters. Let me make sure we get, yeah. Junior Kennedy is not a great hitter power-wise. He doesn't bring a lot of power. So he'll be a base runner. Cesar Geronimo will be a base runner too. So that's our lineup against righties. We might rethink this a little bit. We might have to rethink our lineup. Tim Foley will be off leadoff hitter. I'm thinking, no. I need my best average. So Jimmy Wynn, I'm going to move to second. Dave Rosello can hit third. Maybe not. Let's not have Dave Rosello hit third. Let's have Frank Howard hit third. He's got a ton of power. Perfect for that 3-hole. Oops, did I just do that? Yeah. Frank Howard there. Willie Stargell will hit cleanup with his 70 power. Costco, DeCences, Rosello, Echebarren will hit 8th. Okay. This is a very right-handed dominant lineup, it looks like. Yeah. We have one lefty in the lineup. We're not doing any platoons. If Costco struggles, we could move Cesar Geronimo. We could bring someone up as well. The left field, and our lineup's going to look exactly the same. We'll run Jimmy Wynn, Frank Howard, Stargell, Costco, DeCences, Rosello, Echebarren. So we're going to run the same lineup. Okay. So that's our lineup again. And then lefty, we just got to move bodies around. So catcher, that's an easy one. Duffy Dyer. No, Duffy Dyer here. We are running with Echebarren. He is a superior defender. He's not quite the hitter. Actually, neither one of them are good hitters. So we could do half duty here if we really wanted to. I think we should. So that way, in case no one gets really tired, let's just go every 5th game. Every 5th game. Just make it work. And then at first base, we're going to run with Lazinski. And then we can do Kennedy. And then in the outfield, left field will be Lazinski with Geronimo and Geronimo. I didn't really think this through, but that's going to be our lineup. I'm thinking we are going to be in good shape. When we come back, we will start the season. Thank y'all for joining us. Hope y'all have a Merry Christmas. And I'll be back in about 3 to 5 minutes. Back. Okay. We're back. Appreciate y'all hanging out through the ads. Ads do help us out immensely. If By the way, we are live streaming on YouTube as well, so I hope y'all are enjoying yourselves over there. For whatever reason, though, I'm gonna have to take a look at my settings. I don't know why my auto messages aren't working over there, but that's fine. All right, so our lineups are set. Let's take a look just real quick at preseason predictions. We are predicted to go 86 and 76. Team batting average looks like offense will hold us back a little bit this year, but which would still keep us out of the playoffs, but and it does look like we could have some offensive help. So we'll go ahead and finish today, and let's start the regular season. All right, so even record, that's fine. Top 100 prospects, we do not have a top 10 prospect. We have the 13th overall system. The census, Willie Randolph, our first round pick, is going to be in rookie ball. We've already Barry Foote, who is hanging around in the minors still, is a top prospect. Arrington is in AAA, and Opulus is on our big league roster as the 89th overall prospect. So we're middle of the road farm system. Looks like the Royals have really, they're the expansion team. They've had a rough history, I think. Yeah, they've not won more than 57 games, so they've taken all that sucking they've done and they've parlayed it into a very good farm system. They have Frank Tanana, Dwayne Schaefer, Fernando Gonzalez, and then the Giants are second. Looks like the top overall prospect is Ron Guidry of the Cubs, starting pitcher, first round pick in 1970. He's hanging out now in, I believe, he's on their big league roster. Wow, that's kind of a shocker. Frank Tanana, Bruce Bochy, Orlando Alvarez, Keith Hernandez, Mark Little, or Leon Roberts. Here's how it breaks down, which we've already kind of looked at. Some, let's see. Gary Carter's the 18th overall prospect. Kind of looking at names that we might recognize. Dave Parker's 72nd. Bruce Sutter, 39. Randy Jones. Rick Rhoden. Believe he was... Oh, no. He was out of the big leagues by then. I thought he was... Oh, well. All right, let's get to waiver wire. Let's see if there's any good prospects here that could make our team better. Doesn't look like it. Joe Ferguson's available, but he's not a great defensive catcher. Probably better suited for other positions, but he can hit. Marcelino Lopez is here. We traded him last year. They've decided they can do better. So, anyways, today's opening day. Long awaited opening day. Obviously, all that. We've checked our lineup. Let's just double check everything. Garber and Lopez will be our top relievers. Mora wants to close. Well, he doesn't have, but he'll be fine with in the middle role. Trading block. Doesn't look like not a whole lot here. In fact, I'm actually going to wish I don't know how to take him off the trading block, but we'll go ahead and take him off the block for now. Maybe he'll play better. Not really a lot here right now. The trading block will grow as the season goes on. So let's see how opening day 1970 goes. We're Wade Blasingame for the Cubs. Very average pitcher. And we're going with Mike Caldwell, I believe reigning rookie of the year. Oh no, rookie of the month. He finished well, we don't know how he finished. I think he here news involving player. Okay, well, but he's going to be our ace this year. As you can see, he pitched 230 innings of very good baseball. He doesn't really strike anybody out, though. That's his only concern. Let's take a look, though, real quick at, like, Caldwell. Let's look at his development. Okay, we're still kind of trying to get him to develop some movement. Honestly, we can come down on the movement a little bit. And let's try to get him some stuff. Let's try to get him some stuff. Particularly, I think, fastball stuff. I think I want to develop that fastball. Let's look at that. Okay. It's always a good idea every now and then to look at the players who you've, like, development. I'm fine with that. He doesn't do anything poorly, so he'll be fine there. Let's see. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and see how the first. We'll try to do through Memorial Day, so the first 6 weeks or so. We've already done this part. We did this part yesterday. We do have Bruce Howard and Mike Davison on waivers. And we have 2 free spots on our secondary roster. So we'll go ahead and go to our team schedule. We'll play opening day on a Friday. Everybody's at the park. And no game. No game. Okay, now we go. Okay, so opening day was on Wednesday. We didn't play till Friday. Kind of a glitch in the schedule, but yeah. So Blinds game, Fergie Jenkins and Clinton Burr. Um, and we're going to run with Caldwell, Hunter, and Necro. Opening day goes to us 2-1. So we win the first game of the season. Look at that shiny 1-0 record. We're batting 1,000. 2-1 win. Our home opener as well. Lopez with the 2-inning save. Caldwell 7 strong. Stargell had 2 runs batted in on 3 hits. Not a lot of offense. Blasingame had a solid outing. So did Caldwell. Game 2 against the Cubs. We'll go to us in 10. We'll kind of take a look at this. Home runs were hit. We had, I believe, 3 home runs. DeCences homered. Frank Howard homered. We did something in the 10th. Catfish Hunter, solid outing. Gene Garber with the win. We survived Ferguson Jenkins, and we got to Campbell. And the first series, okay, so our first series of the season, we do sweep the Cubs. 3-1 win. Very solid outing. Phil Necro, 6 innings, 3 Ks. The top of the lineup is very strong. Costco hitting 5. Not a great opening series. Rosillo, not a great opening series. Etchbarren, not a great opening series. Etchbarren went 0 for 4 with 3 Ks. We held them down pretty much. We held them to 1 hit or 1 run. They only scored a few runs. So we'll take a sweep. We didn't get many sweeps last year, and now we have a 2-game series against Philly. If I recall correctly, they were we just go all the way here. They were the division champion in 1971. They had a 25-game increase. It's kind of what we're going for this year. If we can improve our win total by 25 games, we will be very pleased. They're running with Bert Blyleven. They're running with Reynolds and Champion. Ken Reynolds, very good pitcher, looks like. Very good stuff, good movement. He may not know where it's going, but he's certainly a very good mid-rotation. And then Champion is adequate. We're going with Figueroa Bar, and they also have Larry Heisel, who has been a very good player. Led the league in. He's at or near the top in pretty much a lot of categories. Bert Hooten, friend of the program, only for his name. Dick Allen, and Ben Ogilvy is their other tops. They got a lot of really good players. At Philly, game 1, okay, goes to them by a score of 3-4. Figueroa, not a great outing, but Vonray Opolis had a blown save. He just basically allowed an inherited runner to score. Okay. And then game 2, they also... But look, if we look so far, in 1-run games early on, so 1-2, 1-2. So 500, we're 3-2. We'll finish today. We got a run at St. Louis. Steve Carlton, Kirby in Cleveland, Clay Kirby. Reggie Cleveland. And we're going with Catfish Hunter, Bar, and Negro. We'll go ahead and, now that we're here, we're going to go ahead and move some players around. Davison. Well, let's see. We'll send Bruce Howard down to AAA. Oh, he refuses to be demoted. So we're probably going to end up having to trade him. Let's just shop him around. Let's just see what we can get. I don't mind it. He doesn't have any power, and he can really only play left field. He's got pretty good gap power. He's someone we could work with, to be honest. Jesus Salou. He's on the wrong side of 30, though. I honestly just might make this trade straight up, but let's see if we can kind of bilk him a little bit. No. I kind of want to get some like infielders we can potentially develop. Let's see if they'll. Let's see what we can do here. I don't really like trading pitching prospects, but maybe we just trade Clifford Ballou here. Well, he's got good work ethic. He's a fly ball pitcher, though, so maybe we just do that. Yeah, I like his power numbers. Yeah, I'm fine with adding a reliever to this. So, there we go. And then we'll see what we have to do here. Okay. So, they weren't on the 40 anyways. So we took a player we were going to release and we extracted some value. I will take that. I will take that any day of the week. So we got a game against the Cardinals. And at St. Louis. So we're still on the road for 3 more. 2-0 loss, 5-4 loss, and a 5-0 win. So 1-run games have not been as kind to us as they've been last year. 4-4 in our first 8. Let's take a look at this one to kind of see what the box scores look like. Very early returns are not that great for us offensively. We may move DeCenzo up in the order. Maybe just swap him. And so let's go ahead and take a look. We're 4-4. Not a great, mind you, but let's take a look at our lineup. Let's take advantage of DeCenzo's playing well, and we'll move him up to 5. Okay. Rosillo is not hitting well. Tim Foley as the leadoff man. He's not a great leadoff man. So we got to rethink our leadoff batter a little bit. maybe we do something kind of crazy. Maybe Rosello would be a better option, but he's not hitting. And he would be the better. Actually, no, he wouldn't. He only does better with walks. Ideally, I would have Junior Kennedy lead off. So maybe we take a look at using. Well. Yeah, I think we're kind of stuck with what we got for now, unfortunately. Um, yeah. Oh, while I'm here, I need to check this out. We do need to make this one little move, and that is defensive subbing Willie Stargell. And maybe even making a move here. But honestly, first base is not an important enough position defensively to worry about a defensive sub. It would have to be Lazinski, but he's not really that great defensively at first either. So, and let's do that against lefties as well. Outfield. There. Give Geronimo some more run. We're going up against the Mets. The Mets are 3-5. We're 4-4. We went from 2nd to 13th in the power rankings. So let's just kind of quickly run through finish today. We moved DeSences up in the order. We're going up against the Mets. They got really good pitching. They've got really good pitching. And it shows when we score one run. Yeah. Nolan Ryan only walked 2. I'm surprised he only has 75 stuff. But he did lead the league in strikeouts and walks, as he has the last 3 seasons. We blew the game. Lopez blew the game. Well, okay, so 2 home runs in the 9th did us in. That's really unfortunate. So we're now under 500 as we win, so we're maintaining that 500 record. Still not getting a lot of production from the bottom of our lineup. I'm going up against the Cardinals. They've already taken 2 out of 3 from us, but we're at home now. Will the home cooking give us any more wins? Initially, yes, and then we will kind of. Oh, here we go. I like the box scores that stick out. Looks like Tim Foley is picking it up. DeSences continues to be on a tear. Costco's hitting 0.98. Rosello's hitting 105. We will have to look at that if those numbers continue. We'll probably look at it here when we got a bigger sample. We'll probably take a look at those 2 spots in the lineup. See where we can make some moves. But we do lose the last game 6-2, finishing today, and we head out to LA. They're 9-7. We're 7-6. Early on, though, let's look kind of an early on look at our stats, just to kind of get a feel for um, yeah, it looks like Dave Rosello and Andy Costco have really struggled early. Cesar Geronimo is not a hitter, so expecting him to hit would be fool's errand. So we might have to rethink a few things, but yeah. Maybe we introduce a platoon here, but honestly, replace him. What about our AAA? Let's just continue. Let's just take a look at this. Royce Stillman is hitting okay in AAA. He's not really setting the world on fire. Bobby Brooks is not doing great in AAA. We're 12-6, but Dave Arrington, though, might be. We might have to make a move here if we do. 17 games, but he's hitting. He's OPSing, OPS plus a 202. Um, Also, Luis Gonzalez could be an instant offense option for us. He's just not good enough. He's not a good average guy, but look at the power and look at the batting eye. Hitting down in Double A. I'm just looking at outfielder specifically. Mike Rogodzinski has some really good power numbers. He's hitting 230 though. Okay. Our minor league teams are really just like tearing all on a tear. So, okay. So we're already 2.5 games out of Philly, who they look like they're the best team. We're kind of splitting with St. Louis. Yeah. Okay. So we're out west in LA. Probably we're on a West Coast trip, so we're gonna end the month out west. Predictably, a 5-2 loss. There's a 6-1 win. Let's take a look at that box score. We can take a look at the box scores when they're good. Yeah. Dyer went 1 for 4. Rosello went 0 for 4. He's now hitting around 100. We might make that swap then. I think we go ahead and make the swap there. Unfortunately, what I may end up doing though, because he can't play shortstop very well. Maybe. And then Costco here hasn't really done anything early on. So we might make a couple moves. Maybe after the road trip, but hey, look at that. Frank Howard got his 1,000th career RBI as we shut out the Dodgers. We took 2 out of 3. Figueroa outpitched Don Sutton. Good job. But now I think it's time though we take a look as we head in. We're just gonna make one lineup move. We're gonna go ahead and bench Dave Rosello. For Junior Kennedy. This is one of those it can't be worse sort of things. I would say Charlie Smith here, but he doesn't really bring a lot besides a quick bat. So he's fine as a pinch hitter. So we're going to start Junior Kennedy at second base. And now what we'll do is use Rosello here. Here. And then at third, Rosello's a fine enough third baseman. And here. And then the other move, I'm kind of trapped here. I don't want to make a move just yet on Costco in center, even though he's playing worse than. That's just because I don't have a ready-made option. I don't have a center fielder on my team. So I want to look at his he's 30. And he has one option year. So he's a finished product. He's a finished product. Yeah, he can't play center. And unfortunately, let's take a look at our two. Jimmy Wynn could play center. But I don't want to take him off a position he's playing well at. You know? But if we do that, we would have to do we could do Lazinski left. Costco center. And Willie Stargell in right. Oh, that's not going to work defensively. Oh, God. Oh, God. We would murder our defense if we did that. We would murder our defense if we did that. So I think the move here is we're going to go ahead and dive down into AAA. And I'm thinking we bring Dave Arrington up. He'll play center. We'll probably have to defensive sub Costco or we'll probably have to defensive sub. But 8 home runs already. So we're going to go ahead and send down Costco. And send up Dave Arrington. So because of that, we'll change lineups. Dave Arrington will hit 6th. We may move. Yeah, he's got a little more power than Junior Kennedy. Yeah. So we'll start Dave Arrington in center. We're going to try this out. And because Arrington's not a great defender in center, we may have to. Well, let's see. He's a 55 rating. He has good. Oh, he's got good ratings. He's just not a super. Yeah. So I think this might be the move. We'll keep Geronimo in as the... Oh, and let's fix Junior Kennedy against lefties. And then we'll do Rosello and Rosello as the utility 2. There we go. Because I'd rather just have Junior Kennedy play short than Dave Rosello. Yeah, right now. I do factor in that defensive rating there. Okay, so we're 9-7. We made we made one move in our minor league system. So we're going to finish out the month of April. We have a couple games left, and we got a little bit of time. We got a 3-game set in San Francisco. 4-game set, actually. They're 10-9, so they're, about 500 as well. 3-2 loss. I wanted to see. Junior Kennedy went 3 for 4, but Dave Arrington went hitless. So early returns on that, not great. Caldwell went 8 innings. Okay, so Doug DeCences will be out 2 weeks. Day to day. He's day to day. Dang, that sucks. That sucks. Let's not risk it. Let's go ahead and put him on the injured list. And then we'll make the corresponding move. Remember, it's first base that we got to figure out. Third base. Dick Grant is tearing it up in AAA, but he can't play third. Tom Paquette is hitting 400 in AAA, but he's not a power hitter. He can't play. Okay. What about Lucky Top? Let's go ahead and bring up Lucky Thompson to play. He'll play. He'll bring some defense for a couple weeks. Unfortunately, with our best hitter out, replacing him with a defensive guy is probably not the best move in the world. But that's unfortunately the way my team is set up right now. We'll just have to win by pitching and defense for a couple weeks. So yeah, maybe we just we may just have to play Rosello at third. We'll play Rosello at third. Okay. Yeah, we'll have to play Rosello at third. And we'll probably defensive sub in Lucky Thompson at third. Rosello at third. And we'll probably use Lucky Thompson as the reserve there. And Lucky Thompson as a reserve there. And still use, yeah. And maybe even use Lucky Thompson as a reserve there since we're playing. Yep, so we'll use Rosello. We'll have to bring him back into the lineup. And then we'll go with Thompson, and then we're going to use defensive sub at third. Still not liking. We're going to have to improve our center field situation if we're going to severely contend. Right now, we're not getting any production out of our center field position. Yeah. Could Frank Howard play third? No. Okay. Okay, so we're ending April with an unfortunate injury. Boy, that sucks. Well, you can't predict injuries, so we made some moves. Hopefully we can manage for 2 weeks. We have a doubleheader. Ooh, we got some stuff here. All right. Player development. Phil Necro, control dropped, or his control improved, his movement dropped. Caldwell, his stuff has improved, his movement dropped. That's actually good. That's actually what I wanted to see. Royal Stillman, contact improved, speed improved, but his gap and eye dropped. He's hitting 286 in AAA. 425. I might, if Arrington doesn't hold. Let's see. David Edwards, overall improved rating is 2 stars. Looks like he's moving along just fine. Don Hood, lost a couple. Okay. We're 12-8 on our first month. We did win the doubleheader. So let's take a look at where we're at from like info wise. Let's look at our team stats. Believe it or not, we're actually third in the National League in batting average, 7th in on base, 3rd in slugging, 9th in runs scored. So we're not really converting base runners to 2nd in home runs. So there's a little bit of a weirdness going on. I wonder what our runs per game is. ERA is first. Starters ERA is okay. Runs allowed first. Yeah, I'm wondering if we just haven't played as many games. We're 12-8. 14-8 Pythagorean record, so we're a little unlucky. A lot to do with 4-5 when we run games. 7-3 in our last 10, so we're 12-8. Division-wise, we are a game and a half out. So really, if we look at our roster in the first month, our issue right now, Tim Foley has picked it up. He's now hitting pretty on base 271. Don't want to see that, but if we continue to get nothing out of our center field spot, I may go down and pick up Royal Stillman to kind of be the leadoff hitter for us because he's got a good enough batting eye. He's not great at this, but he could get on base at a decent clip. And he's a great defensive center. And he's a above average defensive center fielder. Above average, not great. Above average. Andy Costco, though, has in one game in AAA went 3 for 4. So, like, maybe if he spends a month down there to figure out his offense, we might bring him back up. All right, so we do now have let's finish today. 2-game set against the Padres. We're gonna try to go through the end of May. So we're at San Diego, a 7-3 win and an 11-1 win. Caldwell is out 2 weeks. Rosello is minimal, substantial. So let's go ahead. We're going to have to put Caldwell on the injured list. So we're having some injury issues. So let's go down to AAA. Do we have anybody ready to come up? I'm thinking, let's see. Maybe not Michael O'Connor. What about Norm Angelini? No. Ade Canary. Yeah, let's bring up Ade Canary. He'll be in the bullpen for us. And then what we'll do is bring him up and then take a look at our rotation. And this is where we're going to get creative. Ken Brett will move into this role, the starter's role. We will have to slide everybody up. So we'll just slide Barr there. Barr and Brett. We'll just swap them around. Jim Barr's actually pitched pretty well, but he's only started 1 game. So and then Canary will be probably our 35. We may just have to. Do we have anyone with like a 40 that we could? No, 25, 30. Okay. We'll just use him in long relief. Yeah. Not really his best role, and that's what we're going to have to do for a few weeks. As you can see, our bullpen has played really well. It looks like Paganelski has an ERA of 4.50, but he's only pitched 2 innings. Most of our innings in the bullpen have come from basically 2 players, Lopez and Gardner, which I am fine with. Owner's still unhappy. He can eat a dick. So we'll do that. Dave Rosello's out a week, but his injury's pretty minor. Let's take a look. We did sweep the Padres. And Willie Stargell had 4 RBIs, so he's starting to pick that up. Arrington went 0 for 5, so we're going to have to really look at that. Junior Kennedy, though, went 3 for 5. He's hitting 385 in a small sample. Lucky Thompson went 1 for 2. Ken Brett pitched 5 innings in relief. So, okay. Going up against the Dodgers, Dodgers, of course, they are good. And now we're at home. So we'll go ahead and sim through these. 8-3 win. Look at us play good baseball. And we lose 5-1 and a 4-1 loss. So an unfortunate loss here. Paganelski gave up a 3-run homer. and that was the game. He's kind of struggling a bit now. But again, the samples are so small that Don Sutton went 9 innings, picked up the win. Nothing of note offensively, unfortunately. Rosello had the only RBI. Did Stargell get injured? Or did he just come out of the game? Oh, they may have okay, so they did a pinch run thing. Okay. Okay. All right, Rosello has a setback. Is he okay? He has been playing, but he's not playing well. It's day to day. What is his minimal? Okay, so with minimal, I don't want to like make a bunch of roster moves. Doug DeSenses will be back in a couple days, so we'll just slide him right into the lineup. I might actually put him on the injured list in a couple days. So we might just do that. Let's just take a look at our lineup then. And we'll just slide. Can he play third? Let's slide Charlie Smith into third for a couple days. Let's just slide Charlie Smith into third for a couple days. He'll hit in a... Well, actually, let's move Junior Kennedy up to fifth. And then we'll move Charlie Smith to sixth. He can hit a little bit. Yeah. Okay. There we go. All right, let's go ahead and go through this series with the Giants. Oh, we lost 2-0. Offense did us in. Charlie Smith went 0 for 4. Figueroa, 8 innings. Jim Cott. We lost the pitcher's duel there. And we lost 3-2. Barr had a solid outing. It looks like Don Gullett outpitched us. Charlie Smith went 1 for 4. So now we should be able to he's got 4 more days. Okay. All right, so we'll go ahead and go team schedule. 2-1. So we did salvage 1 win. Catfish Hunter, 7 innings. Arrington went 3 for 3. Okay, so we love small sample sizes. That's kind of what we're dealing with right now. It's still kind of early. Howard is low batting average, but he is producing. He is our top homer and RBI guy. So, yeah, he's doing fine. His WAR from the previous year being so low was because he was out of position at the Mets. Okay. So we have a series against... Okay, so Rosello... Yeah. Thinking about putting Rosello on the injured list. Hopefully he will still be injured when... That way I don't have to make a tough decision on Junior Kennedy, who's actually played well, 111 OPS. I mean, he's played himself into the lineup, obviously, but we would probably have to take Rosello down to the minors, unfortunately. Okay, looks like we're about to run some ads. I really thought I could get through this. So what we'll probably do is Let's do this. We're in first place. Let's do this at a stopping point right here for today. Okay. And then I'm going to end the YouTube stream. And then we're going to do some trucking. So we're going to do some trucking. I'll be back in we'll be back in a few minutes. I got to redo some scene stuff. Thank y'all for joining on YouTube. I will see y'all next week. Maybe we'll finish up the first half of the season here. Maybe go to the trade deadline. But thank y'all for joining. I will see y'all around. And y'all have a good night.